Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Explicitly Unbiased. Today, me and Gerardo are going to go over our reactions to week 3 of NFL football. A lot of weird games, a lot of close ones, a lot of teams you didn't expect to win and win big. Obviously, a lot of injuries going on. We'll go over those. A little bit of coaching changes down the NFC South. Nothing too crazy. And as usual, we'll get into our sticky notes, our top 5 teams, and then we'll close the show with our week 4 picks. So that and probably so much more that we'll get into before the show is over. Let's just run that intro, shall we? Good evening, Gerardo. How are you on this fine Tuesday morning?
We are cooking up. Week 3 is finally in the books. Got a lot of things to discuss this week, my man.
We certainly do. It was a very weird week, as we said in the pre-show. A lot of teams didn't expect to win one big. A lot of backup quarterbacks having some days. A lot of other backup quarterbacks having not so great days. So we can just dive right into it here. Let's just get the housekeeping out of the way. With the injury bugs that's been striking. It came out today that Nick Bosa, the 49ers defensive end, tore his ACL during the 16-15 win against the Arizona Cardinals. And on the other side of that, James Conner, the running back for the Arizona Cardinals, suffers a season-ending ankle injury. He's going to be out. And another running back, Najee Harris, running back for the Chargers, Achilles tear, out. Omarion Hampton's going to be taking all those snaps. And the other notable injury being wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be out multiple weeks with a high ankle sprain. So those are all the big injuries lined up, Gerardo. You can pick to go wherever you want to with these.
Obviously, I think CeeDee Lamb's probably the least concerning because you still have George Pickens. You made that offseason acquisition to that. So you're a little bit set
And
up.
he's the only one I mentioned who's not out the rest of the year.
Yeah. So exactly. He's only 3 to 5 weeks at 5
Yeah, they
weeks
put him on
being.
IR, so it's going to be at least 4.
Mm-hmm. So not too bad. The rest, I would say the second least concerning, I'd probably say Najee Harris. They were already using Omari Hampton a lot more in that offense than him. So that's a little bit less concerning. You haven't really seen much of him this year. Then after that, I would say James Conner would probably be your third or probably like second worst injury, but like third least concerning. I do think he's a big part of that offense, but at the same time, I think it goes through Kyler Murray and how well he performs on the field. So,
and they have a really promising young
exactly. So,
with Trey Benson.
Yep. So it's a little bit unfortunate, sure. Especially like the injury that which had occurred that they wouldn't even replay it over the TV. Then obviously the most concerning would be Nick Bosa injury to the 49ers. You lose probably your best player defensively. Him and Fred Warner are up there, obviously for importance. I would probably give him the edge because he rushes the quarterback and how great he has been since entering the
No pun
league.
intended. You're gonna give him the edge.
Yeah, like and he has a little bit more of a concern. And I mean, he did the whole thumbs down when he came off the field. He told the fan he was like, "I'm done." Like he literally felt his injury, and I believe even on replays you saw it pop. And it was just like, oh yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that and Achilles tears, you can kind of see it on TV.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are surprised that he could walk it off. I remember the injury to Jordy Nelson way back in the day for the Packers, and he tore his ACL or MCL in preseason or week 1, and he was nobody knew what happened to him. They just knew that he got up and just walked off the field, and come to find out he was done for the season. So
yeah, you can walk on torn ACL, MCLs, but it's the cutting and all the football moves you got to do that. You're just gonna fall over.
Exactly. So, that would be my biggest concern. I mean, God Almighty, how many years are we in a row now talking about 49er injuries? There's something going on with that medical staff or the off-season workout. There has to be at this point.
Either they're working out too much or not enough.
It's one of the two. And more oftentimes than not, injury comes from not being prepared. You can be over prepared, and I think the injuries that you get from that are a little bit different. Where I think like if you're
It's not
not,
like you can blame a shitty field. Like I remember in
Mhm.
2020, they played the Jets at MetLife. Jimmy
Yes,
G sprained his ankle. I think Raheem Mostert sprained his ankle. Another guy went down with a torn ACL. Like it was chaos. And everybody knows MetLife is just a breeding ground for injuries.
oh yeah,
A
that
la
that
Aaron Rodgers.
that in
Um,
Soldier Field for like one of the worst kept fields of all time in the NFL.
so and in
So
Arizona, they have this kind of innovative hybrid turf grass that
the one where they like take out and put back in like before games, but
yeah.
also yeah, but I'm like this is a huge concern for the 49ers in general. Like if I was their fan base, I'd be like, what's going on? Like why are so many, and it's not just regular like dudes like your second string middle linebacker or like your rotation running back. Like it's notable dudes. Like your quarterback has gone down, your wide receivers have gone down, your Nick Bosa has gone down now. Now,
Tight end.
yep, left tackle Trent Williams has gone. Like this is you can only handle so much adversity before it becomes a huge issue for them. You know, so I'm thinking it has to be something to do with their offseason training program in some sort of sense. Like there's some way that, or it could be an overreaction. Let's say last year they weren't prepared enough and they didn't practice enough, and that's what led to these injuries. And now they're doing the opposite end of that spectrum. It's like now we're going too hard in practice and we're literally ending up with the same result that too many of our players are hurt.
Yeah, I don't quite know where they go from here besides hitting the waiver wire free agency, trying to pick up the pieces, but
Yeah, because you're in an
they still
interesting
won.
Yeah, you're still in an interesting predicament. It's a very tough, competitive NFC East. I mean NFC West, and like getting a pass rusher, that's not going to be cheap.
Nope,
And
and Jadeveon Clowney's already hanging out in Dallas. So there's one option already gone. But the Niners
yeah,
did pick up the win. They're 3-0. Somehow, some way, they found a way to get it done. Hopefully for them, Brock Purdy will be back sooner rather than later. But Mac Jones hasn't exactly been terrible in relief. Um,
I mean, I like the narrative of the fact that he's a little bit almost performing as well or better than Brock Purdy, but I also think the teams that he faced, like playing against the Saints, yeah, he's going to have a stat pack game. They're the worst team in the league. So it's an interesting narrative to see going forward with that.
yeah, for sure. I did mention some coaching changes in the NFC South that I wanted to get to in the intro. Uh, just writing them
Guess
down for timestamp purposes. Since I don't have to type it out now, I can just have it on my phone. It's amazing.
yeah, the
'Cause I'm not.
Falcons like they getting rid of their wide receiver coach because
Yep.
I mean
His
Jesus,
name was Ike Hilliard. They fired him one day after the 30-0 loss to Carolina. The Falcons were shut out for the first time since 2021 when they lost to the Patriots. Passing game coordinator TJ Yates. That name should be familiar, Gerardo.
yeah,
Um,
famous UNC quarterback. He was a big backup. He was started his rookie season in the playoffs against the Ravens for the Texans because of an injured Matt Schaub and then I believe an injured Matt Leinart that season. He was a famous third string quarterback that ended up playing against that. I believe that would end up being the Super Bowl winning Ravens as well too.
yep. He is now the receivers coach. He was the passing game coordinator for Atlanta. He also came into the league coaching receivers. Um, as a coach, coaching receivers. He joined the Falcons 2021, coached receivers in 2022 and 2023. So this is just kind of like a return to what he was doing. But the Falcons, I think they're in a bigger hole than just firing the receivers coach to getting this passing game working. It just,
Yeah, and
despite
that
all the
includes
talent, they haven't been able to get it started.
Yates himself. Like he's if he's part of the passing game coordinator, that means it's a relatively up a promotion for him. And bro, Jake London, you have all this talent at wide receiver in your passing game in general, and you can't do jack shit with it. Like the Falcons are literally too talented offensively to look this fucking inept. Like, in reality, you have Drake London, who is at times a top 10 wide receiver in this league. I mean, Kyle Pitts has shown flashes of being an elite player in this league. I mean, and you also have Bijan Robinson. Like, there's no excuses for this team offensively. None.
Yeah, we talked about it last week following their win against the Vikings. There's just no excuse for them to be this violently underachieving with all the talent they have, even with a pretty good quarterback, Michael Penix. I know he's not coming off of a great day in Carolina.
You should be averaging 28 points a game with that offensive weapon skill set. There's absolutely no reason to be.
I think it's coaching. I think you got to look at it like you look. I think his name is. He used to coach for the Patriots. Zach Staley is that his name?
Their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I know he used to coach for the Patriots as a tight ends coach. Zach Robinson is coming down from the front office to call plays. So he's used to be in the box. Now he's down the sideline. But okay. Zach Robinson is their offensive coordinator. They do have a Patriots coach on their staff, I want to say. I could be just stupid.
Their head coach is what? Raheem Morris, or is it no?
Raheem Morris, yep.
Okay. And that's former Rams DC.
Yes.
I believe when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and their defensive coordinator is Jeff Ulbrich.
And he was what? Before that, he was Tampa Bay's head coach, correct? With Jameis.
Good question. I wish that their bio wouldn't go backwards.
Yeah, Bucks head coach. He was 2009 to 11. Oh, so not even not Jameis, but the guy from Kansas State, Josh Freeman. What a name. And then he was the assistant head coach when they lost to the Patriots.
Okay, I guess I was wrong. Nick Caley is not on that Falcons team. Oh, he's in Houston. That's right. That makes sense.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I think I'd like Raheem Morris as a head coach, but I think they just need a new offensive identity. Because last year it was what? The guy that they have at Pittsburgh right now.
Arthur Smith. He was the head coach.
Mm-hmm. So
who made Tannehill look half decent with Vrabel in Tennessee.
Yeah. They had a great with him, with AJ Brown, and with Derrick Henry, that was a legitimate offense over there. But no, I think they just need a new offensive game plan. That or Raheem Morris is going to end up getting fired, and they're going to hire an offensive coach,
as they probably should.
Yeah, I think that's ended up going to be the thing. I mean, you have such a good dual threat, talented quarterback, and he's really good in the passing game in general. You have arguably one of, if not the best running back in the league, right there, and not just running the ball in all, like he's a legitimate dual threat. Like he's in the passing game and in the running game and even in the blocking game, and all three main important facets of a running back. You have Drake London, who at times has shown to be a top 5 to top 10 wide receiver in this league. And if Kyle Pitts is known to go off from time to time and show that, oh, this dude is legit. He's unguardable at times. I find it hard to believe that.
How do you maximize that talent?
Yeah.
Zach Robinson hasn't quite figured it out.
Yep, exactly.
So, all right, there's your Atlanta Falcons minute. What is next on the board? Nothing. Good. All right, let's dive right into our top 5 teams coming out of week 3. As usual, we'll go back and forth. I'll start with your number 5.
My number 5 team is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really like this team. I really like Baker Mayfield. I'm a huge fan of him. My preseason on our unbiased award show, Emeka is a dog, straight up. That dude's already legitimately a top 10 wide receiver in this league. He's sick.
He's making a pretty good run at Rookie of the Year. He should probably be the favorite right now.
Yeah, he's absolutely sick. I'm a little bit concerned still defensively for them, but if you put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hand on the fourth quarter and you need to win, I trust him 100%.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, yeah, Emeka is the favorite, plus 370. Next
Hell yeah.
closest is Tyler Warren, plus 400, then Ashton Jeanty, plus 700.
Yeah. Um, but no, I absolutely love Baker. I love Emeka. Like their team is filled with absolute dogs. Like I fully love Baker Mayfield playing with a chip on his shoulder. I mean, he was going against the coach that cut him in Carolina. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that was he had a revenge game. That dude finds a
Yeah,
chip on
Steve
his shoulder.
Wilkes. Steve Wilkes was the guy who fired me. It was pretty much his quote.
Yep. And he's been straight up like a dog. Like when they asked him about injuries, I mean, what he did to the Texans and how he got back into CJ Gardner's face. Like he was just like, bro, like he's an absolute dog. And I like the Buccaneers. I mean, they're running away with this division right now.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit closer of a matchup between them and Atlanta for that division, but apparently not. My top five is the Los Angeles Chargers. I wanted to call them San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Just they continue to be such a strong, well balanced team. I think it was a pretty messy win for them in week 2 by most people's standards. Keeping it close with the Raiders was not what they had in mind. But to go to Denver, keep another close game against a really good team, they come out victorious. Justin Herbert, 300-yard day, a pick and a turnover. It happens. Omari Hampton finally kind of has his breakout game. 70 yards and a score on 19 carries. Quentin Johnston still is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers are a well balanced unit. I don't think there's not explosive as the teams I'm going to name coming up, but they're certainly worthy of being in this top 5.
The thing I would say about them, because obviously I have them in my top 5 list, is these are games that they would have lost years ago. Like they would have been 1-2 at this point. Not even. They could have even been 0-3. Like how they beat the Chiefs, how they beat the Raiders, and how they beat their Broncos. They've won a divisional matchup each and every. And mind you, based on how the Chiefs are looking, like they're going to run away with this division, and their biggest issue may like the hardest game they play this division
Might
may
be
not even
Denver and Denver. Yeah.
like and even the Chiefs like they may not have to worry about facing them in the playoffs at all. So I think these are they're showing that winning by these close score games that they can finish a game. I think that was probably a big concern that you had entering this year was, yeah, you have Herbert, yeah, you have all this, you have Harbaugh, but like when it all comes together, are you going to put wins on the board? And they are.
Is Jim Harbaugh the better Harbaugh or John Harbaugh the better Harbaugh right now? I forget which one's which, but Chargers
Um,
Harbaugh, is he better than Ravens Harbaugh right now?
this is okay. This is what I'm going to say about that. Even when he was at the 49ers, this Harbaugh has done more with less, has to build up more with less in both the 49ers and the Chargers. I think the Ravens Harbaugh, because I always get them mixed up, he was essentially gifted a good team, like off the rip. That team was a very good team. And he also, I mean, getting Lamar Jackson at like the 29th pick, too.
It's not even like fucking 32nd.
Yeah, like my
Patriots
whole
passed on him twice.
like he like getting I think that he's been more lucky than good throughout his year. I mean, he beat his brother head to head, but I would say the better rebuilder. Like if who I would take as a head coach, I'm taking John Harbaugh, which I'm hoping is the one that's at the Chargers. I always
No, Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
All right, if you want to say it right for the clip, I'll let you
No,
I'll let you reboot.
I will take khakis Harbaugh over Ravens Harbaugh every single time. I think, and also look what he did. And he's also had way better rebuilding in college. He's rebuilt every team he's ever been into college with. And he has, he maximizes the talent that he's with. The only problem with khaki Harbaugh is he's a little bit of a pissant. After about 4 years, teams really do get tired of him. That's always been his MO is that he tends to like after the 4th to 5th year, teams are like, I'm not dealing with this crap anymore. Like
Although
he is,
maybe the 49ers should get a raw deal because Balky is a snake.
yeah, that was that whole 49er situation was so weird because clearly he was talented, clearly he was good, and like I just think that the team at the time just wasn't.
Oh,
He wasn't.
it was exiting an era and moving into another.
Yep. And then, but yeah, no, I just think I like Hacky Harbaugh way better. He's proven himself to rebuild multiple teams in not just college football, but also in the NFL. So I would rather take that guy.
All right. You're number 4.
I got the Colts. They just keep winning and they just keep winning in high quality fashion. The only concern that I would say about the Colts is they are really beating up on really bad teams. There hasn't been a true test for them yet. I would like to see this team go against the
Broncos
Chiefs.
would probably be the test, and they won by 1.
Yep. And also they won on kind of on a leverage penalty bullshit.
That's right. That's right.
So it was kind of also a fluky win at that too. But I would say that I still need them to be tested after week 4.
You
Like
got the Rams. Rams
like
this week.
yep. So both me and you kind of feel like the first 4 games of the year, you are going to this is your time to capitalize on beating a team that's probably going to be a playoff team later down the line. Like take advantage of a team slipping up early because good teams could afford to slip up early. And I think the Colts are just beating up on they played what? They played the Titans and they played the Dolphins, like 2 of the worst teams in the league so far, and they beat them handedly both times. Where I'm gonna need them to, I need to see this against like notable teams. Like you said, they got the Rams coming up. Rams is a legitimately good team, and I think later down the line against other fierce competition, I'm gonna see how they face up to teams closer into their talent pool than away from it.
Yep, for all the same reasons. My Colts are also not my Colts. Ugh. The Colts are also my number 4. So I'll switch the slots, and I'll go with
Gotcha.
my number 3 first. The Detroit Lions are my number 3. Maybe recency bias because we are just coming off of their what was the final score of that?
38-30.
38-30 win
Mhm.
against the Ravens. Each running back had 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown 7 for 77 and a score. Jared Goff pedestrian 20-28, 202 and a touchdown. They outlasted Lamar Jackson's 3 scores. Derrick Henry's 50-yard and a touchdown. Mark Andrews having a little bit of a renaissance with 2 scores. It seems to me that the Detroit Lions week 1 loss to the Packers, a little fluky. Not in the sense that they would have beat the Packers, but in the sense of their offense is not that inept. And we saw them beat Chicago and we're like, relax. It's Chicago. Let's take a breather here, guys. And then they just go and whoop ass in Baltimore against one of the better teams in the NFL. Like, sure, you can have your questions about John Harbaugh, but the Ravens are the Ravens. You go into Baltimore Monday night, they're wearing the black uniforms. Lesser teams crumble. They didn't. They stood tall. They kicked ass. Put up 38 points on the Ravens. I'm sorry. Like every year, I'm going to be like, that's an accomplishment.
Yep.
So the Ravens are the Lions are my number 3, pretty convincingly. We'll see what happens next week when they take on the Browns. Should be a win.
My number 3 team is the Chargers. A little bit higher on them because they're winning divisional opponents. They are literally gaining so much ground right now. You are 3-0 and you have a division lead against every team in your division.
You're already 500 in the division, yeah.
Yep. So on top of that, like the Raiders
All
lost.
road games except for the first one counts as a home game,
which is still a road game. You won all games away from home. You have yet to play a home game, and you're out here dominating and winning games that they probably would have been losing last year or the year before. I like this team a lot. I really do.
Like I said, they'd be up more for me if they won a little more convincingly, if they were a little more explosive. But you don't need to be.
Mhm.
So I
So
think
yeah,
anywhere between 3 and 5 is debatable, but I think the top 2 is the top 2.
yeah, that's without a doubt.
The Eagles are number 2. Just probably top down on paper, the best roster in the NFL, and they're playing like it.
Yep, and on top of that, that adjustment of opening up the passing game and making Jalen Hurts look actually good. I was kind of a little bit concerning of their offense because I was like, is he not good this season passing the ball? And then all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts just proved that he can actually pass the ball. AJ Brown proved that he can actually still play wide receiver in this league. Um, and bro, the 2 blocked field goals in this game by both their Georgia defensive tackles, like, and one of them was returned for a touchdown by Jordan Davis. Absolutely sick. This team is too good. Too good.
But they are runner up to our number 1 Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Josh Allen's MVP. Like,
That's best quarterback in the league.
yeah, best quarterback this in the league right now. I mean, I love him. I love Cook. Their wide receivers are looking good despite the off-field concerns they've had for the last 2 seasons that they don't have wide receivers. Their tight ends are looking good as well too. Really well. Joey Bosa is looking good as well for that team. I mean, complete team right now. Very complete team. It's like it just looks like right now we're looking for a Bills Eagles Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And I think everybody would be pretty excited about that.
Yep.
Besides, maybe we get the Eagles out of there.
I mean, as long as we address the fact that they're jumping off sides and the fact that the tush push is based on the letter of the law in the NFL is an illegal move.
Would you
But
rather left the Lions in the Super Bowl or the Eagles?
Eagles, I think the Lions. Every time I think of the Lions, I just think of poverty franchise.
Well,
Like
they're starting to beat those allegations.
kind of, but I think I don't know. It's like it's such a weird thing. Like the
Listen,
Lions,
Dan Campbell, I'm annoyed by him as much as the next guy, but like
I don't mind him as
that's
a
a
head
fun.
coach. I just more like their uniforms are low key trash. The team has always been
Oh,
trash.
I see
Like
the
they look aesthetically non-pleasing, even though they play very aesthetically pleasing football. It's so
so, so
weird.
so you're saying that we just need to give them a little bit of a makeover and we'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah, because I think like the Detroit Lions, I mean, I think of 0-16. I think of how many times they've been a joke. Like,
Wasted 2 Hall of Fame careers. Maybe 3, like Stafford,
mhm,
Johnson, and Barry.
yep. And I just like it's so like that's how I look at them. It's just like I would when I see them get off the bus, I would never take that team serious. Like I was like, oh, they're the Detroit Lions. And it's so weird because they won the division and they were the number 1 team in the NFC last year. But I would have never guessed that. But I just also think the the Eagles are just a little bit more complete team. Like they are their defensive line I absolutely
No,
love.
the Eagles are the kings of the NFC until proven otherwise.
Mhm. Right. So,
2 out of the
um
last 3 Super Bowls they've been in. And then, like, it just seems like if the Niners are not competitive, it's their conference.
mhm. Yep. So, but yeah, no, I think Bills Eagles is going to be a great Super Bowl. I mean, Josh Allen needs to be in a Super Bowl. Like I think a lot of people need to see showcase that talent. And this is the narrative that I want to address to people. Oh, Josh Allen can't win big games. He's put his team in the best position to win games. He
No,
cannot play
Josh
defense.
Allen is not the reason that the Bills can't beat the Chiefs
If
in the playoffs.
anything, he's overcome a conversation that we could have is that he has overcome despite the lack of wide receiver and lack of offensive talent that they have surrounded him in comparison to other teams like the Chiefs, for instance, who I think Josh Allen does more with less compared to Patrick Mahomes.
You certainly could make that argument for sure.
Like it's I Josh Allen has always set up his team to be in a winning position. I mean, it's also a narrative about Tom Brady. Tom Brady has always put his team in the best position. It is not his fault his defense has let him down in certain Super Bowls. He can't do nothing about that. And I also think, was it Tom Brady, the only Super Bowl that he lost that he had the last possession on offense was the Eagles Super Bowl, the second Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that was the Hail. Nope, there was two. The Eagles Super Bowl, they lost on the Hail Mary shot. Super Bowl 52. Super Bowl 46 was another Hail Mary. Giants. It was
but would you
three
like
of them. Fucking three
would
of them.
would you consider that as like the last possession of the game? Like you clearly have like 4 seconds left. What am I going to do? I'm not going to Hail Mary this ball from the 20.
I think it was a little more than 4 seconds. I think they had maybe a little under a minute. No timeouts, obviously. But that Eagles Super Bowl, yeah, they didn't really have a shot to win it. 46. They had 46 might have been pretty similar to that. 42. That was the 07 year. Another Hail Mary shot that didn't land. And then the Giants kneeled out. So
Yeah, so like I said, I think like he's just like in that sense of Tom Brady where it's like he has done everything he could. You're expecting him to all of a sudden create a miracle out of thin air to win. Like, no, he's not going to. Now, granted, I think Josh Allen could throw a Hail Mary from end zone to end zone. I fully believe that. But I think the narrative of him saying that he's the reason why they can't close out games is absolutely blasphemy.
I haven't heard that narrative in a little while.
Well, yeah, because
I think people are starting to come around on like, oh, well, Josh Allen's not the reason they're losing, unlike like Lamar Jackson.
Mhm. I've seen
um,
Lamar Jackson lose games, literally.
but yeah, plenty, especially against the Chiefs in the playoffs. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll save that conversation for Chiefs Ravens coming up this week. All right, so those are our top 5 teams in and out. Gerardo, I hear that we have more sticky notes on the way.
Yes, we do. To wrap things up, if you haven't been following along, we do this lovely sticky note thing. Kind of stole this from NBA on TNT. And what they would do is like essentially like week to week, they would put sticky notes on the board of when they'll believe it, and then they'll write down the date of like, hey, I think the Raptors are they're gonna be the top team in the East or whatever.
Nobody
But
said that since the Obama administration, probably.
And so we have done that. And obviously, we're going to go by week on what we still believe. And if we don't believe it, we'll take it off and then obviously replace that sticky note or not. We're going to go by it. Week 1, Colts win the AFC South.
Think
Yep.
you should stick to that. Yep.
I still believe that strongly. Week 1, I believe Stroud will be a bust in the 2023
Should stick to that
class.
one.
I'm going to be sticking to that one as well, too. Caleb, Mike McDaniels will be fired. Zach Wilson will start for the Dolphins.
Keeping that for sure.
Gotcha. Caleb, Max Brosner will be a starter.
Oh, it's so close.
It's so close. He played a game. And
Close
Carson
it
Wentz
out
likes
for him.
Caleb, Green Bay will be winning the division. They have the leg up against Detroit. I'm gonna give you that. And I think the game was a bit of a fluke against the Browns.
I'm not ready to take that one off yet. It's close. It's close.
All righty. Now we're gonna get to our week 2 ones. Caleb Williams gets benched this year.
I know that they beat Dallas, but I'm keeping it up there.
Gotcha. Jake Browning will be 500 when Joe Burrow gets back. It did not look.
Did they just they got their ass whipped by Minnesota?
Yeah. I may still keep that one for one more week, and then we'll reevaluate the situation. Dave Canales will be fired during the season.
Yeah, they just came off 30-0 divisional win.
Oh yeah, but that game was horse shit. I mean, if we're gonna talk about week 3, I'm gonna fully discuss how that game was a lie. Caleb, Aaron Rodgers does not finish the season.
I know
it's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout.
They just beat my Patriots, which I picked, by the way.
It's not a bad shout.
We'll keep it.
Week 3 sticky notes. Anyone's off the rip that I can think of? Texans will have a top 5 pick in the draft.
So you're thinking either Minnesota sucks or they suck. Don't they have to?
I think so. But let me put it this way. Go look up the Texans. Look it up right now. Look at their next 8 games. They only have 3 winnable games in the next 8 games.
Texans. I was looking at their draft picks. Texans schedule. All right, so
They play the
week
Titans
4,
next.
they got the Titans at home, I believe.
Win.
Yep. Ravens on the road.
Loss.
Seahawks on the road.
Loss.
Host the Niners.
Loss.
Broncos.
Listen, no, the 49ers are a decent team, and they lost, like, who else you say after that?
Broncos.
Loss.
Jaguars.
I mean, win, but they didn't even win this game.
Titans.
Win.
Bills at home.
Lose.
At Colts.
Lose.
At Chiefs.
Lose.
Cardinals at home.
Lose.
Raiders at home.
Win. So that's 4 within the last 10 in the next 10 games.
Well, then they have 2 more if you want to just play it out.
Okay.
At Chargers.
Loss.
Host Colts.
Loss.
So what's that record?
4 and what's that? 4 and 13.
Yep.
That's about right.
That's a top 5 pick.
I mean, Caleb, outside of that, you gave me 2 faces. That means what? At best, they win 6 games.
6-11, yeah. And even then, I did at Kansas City.
Yeah, but also it's still Kansas City. As much as I don't like their team this year, like the Texans look that bad.
Yeah, that's a good one. God,
It's just not a pretty schedule for them. And I think on top of that, their ineptitude of, I would feel a little bit differently if they won this Jaguars game in a certain sense. Because even if they won the Jaguar, even though if they beat the Jaguars, like 20-17, I would still probably stick to this statement. They have just looked so bad offensively with that talent. Nico is a legitimate wide receiver in this league. He's a top 10 wide receiver in this league. Like, what's going on? Which is ironic. You would think that CJ Stroud, after his rookie season, they thought that dude was going to be the face of the league, like breaking all those rookie records and whatnot. I mean, dude, look how many times they passed the ball in this game. I think it's 38 times. Like, the dude literally slung the rock around, and it's just not effective.
No, for sure.
Their play calling has been ass. Their running game has been ass, and they have no offensive line. But the crazy part is they have a legitimately good defense.
Yeah, no, it's kind of bizarre. They kind of look like the 2023 Patriots. Just no offense whatsoever, despite a pretty solid defense.
Caleb, you have any week 3 sticky notes?
I'm debating a couple. I'll throw this one out there. I don't think Tyler Shuck's gonna see the field this year. Just kind of a vibe I get. Like he won't start a game. Like if we wanted to, like, define that a little better. So I guess there's one. The other one I was sitting on, I don't know if it's kind of corny to say this, but I'll say it anyway. The Patriots aren't finishing above 500 this year.
It's not a bad shout.
It's 8 wins or less. Like, you keep shooting yourself in the foot. I know this isn't a Patriots podcast, but I'm having a rant anyway. Red zone interception, fumbles galore between Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, like just turnovers. They should have won that game by 3 scores against Pittsburgh. It shouldn't have been close. Rodgers gave one to you. Their offense was inept. It was terrible. They gave you the ball to tie it up in the last couple of minutes, and Pop Douglas can't remember how many yards he has to be away to get the first down, and he falls up short. Go figure. this team, it's young. It's like the third youngest team in the league. They're better coached than they were last year, without a doubt. They still have a long way to go, like an absurdly long way to go. They do not have the talent to keep up and afford the mistakes that they're making. So that being said, I don't think the Patriots are even sniffing the 10-7. I said they're not sniffing the 12-5. You said they're just they're not a 500 team. They're going to finish with anywhere between 6 and 8 wins. That's still going to be a pretty good season in comparison to what it's been, but people really they kind of missed the mark when they blew right past a decent season when they were predicting 10, 11, 12 wins. So
that's not a bad shout. So yeah, I really don't know what else to do. I think pretty much it's been I don't have any crazy predictions.
it was a weird week 3.
No, I mean, I just think it's a big. If you want to really wrap up what week 3 was, I think it's the outlier week. I don't think Atlanta is
I
going
think
to
that's
get
a sticky note.
what.
Week 3 was an outlier week.
I mean, but it wasn't like that. Isn't like I look back and be like, oh, I'm going to look at every week 3 game to see whether or not that team is legitimately good. I think, like for instance, what I mean by that is like one, the Panthers are still one of the worst teams in the league. I think it's hard. It's just as hard to go 0-17 as it is to go 17-0. It is. And the Panthers are just going to get a crazy win here and there. Plus, if you look offensively, like Bryce Young sucked ass this game too. Like he wasn't good at all. Just people think 30-0 and they think, oh, he probably threw for like 4 touchdowns. The dude had 121 yards passing. Their defense showed up this game. And also Michael Penix kind of choked this game away. Also, the Browns are not better than the Packers. Not at all. The Browns are not a really good team at all this year. Like them winning that game, nobody would have predicted that. I bet you 99% of the public took the Packers on that one.
Lost my survivor pool because I took the Packers.
Who else?
It's a $15 buyback, but I'm like, I'm good.
Who else was there? I mean, like you had let's see, Caleb Williams and the Bears. All of a sudden, just their offense looks insane. Like, no, I don't. Mind you, this is also a Dallas team that gave up how many yards to Russell Wilson? Like, come on now. Like, I don't believe this. I don't believe that this week was an Indian. This week looks like it's the biggest lie of all time across the board. So many games that got blown out. Is Minnesota that much better with Carson Wentz? I mean, probably.
You hope so, don't you?
But I mean, like that game, I think the Bengals are that screwed if they do not have Joe Burrow. I actually kind of do now. Like their team is outside of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like that team is like a fucking 28th ranked team in the league. They got no defense. They ain't got no offensive line, and they got a quarterback that saves their ass all the time. If you want to talk about true MVPs, if it's kind of like how Peyton Manning, like when he wasn't on the Colts, that Colts team was the worst team in the league. And you could argue Peyton Manning is MVP because without Peyton Manning, that team goes from the best team in the league to literally the worst team in the league. I would say the same thing about the Bengals. If you do not have Joe Burrow on that Bengals team is picking top 5 year end and year out. With Joe Burrow on that team, that's a Super Bowl contending team. That's how big of a difference he is. Like that Bengals team is also hot garbage, and they set themselves up for failure on that one.
All right, let's close the show with our picks for the week, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Last week it was a shitty week by both of us.
Yeah.
Head to head, we went 9 for 16 both, but you won off the tiebreaker. So congrats to you. Against the spread, I went 5 of 16 after having a heater 11 for 16 last week.
What goes up must come down.
You went up by 1, 7 to 16.
Hell yeah. 1% better each and every week, baby.
Yep. So, week 4, new week. As usual, I'm going to give you the matchup. Home team second, and I'll give you the spread. So, I will start Seattle at Arizona, taking on the Cardinals, coming off of that kind of a heartbreaking loss. 1 point to a division foe at home. You hate to see it. Roll right into another one. This one's less injured, though. The Seahawks are still pretty damn good. Arizona's favorite, -1.5. I'm taking Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle, too. I like their offense. I'm thinking also that Sam Darnold's starting to click with this team.
Yep.
And what was it? Jack Smith and Jigba? Like, that dude's a stud, too.
Minnesota headed to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Both teams coming off big wins. I'll let you start. Minnesota's a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me Minnesota, and then both ways. I'm taking them on that. I like
not splitting the baby at 2.5.
No. It's too close to call. I've learned my lesson. I'm get 1% better.
I'm with you, Minnesota, both ways. Washington coming off of a big win with Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Who would have thought? They're heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, trying to get a good bounce back. Washington -3. I am taking Washington both ways.
Give me Atlanta on an upset.
Bounce back win?
Mm-hmm. Bounce back win, and also, but it'd be interesting to see if this is a Marcus Mariota revenge game too, because what he used to play for Atlanta as well. But I'm gonna take Penix.
TJ Yates is making all the difference. You gotta love it.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
New Orleans at Buffalo. Gerardo, can you guess the spread on this?
35.
No.
What is it, like 16?
16.5. Very good.
Okay. I'll take New Orleans on the points, but Buffalo to win.
I'm taking Buffalo both ways.
I mean, last time we did that, Miami ended up only losing by 10, and it was like a 14-point game.
That's division though.
Yeah.
Cleveland headed to Ford Field to take on Detroit. Detroit's 9.5-point favorites. I'll take Detroit and Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, because I think the Browns can't win away from home.
And their defense isn't good enough to kind of like slow them down enough to make it a close game, I don't think.
Yeah, and it's weird because like Cleveland's defense like has stepped up a couple times, and then all of a sudden it's just like what's going on here?
Tennessee at Houston. Houston -7, Gerardo.
Oh, give me the Texans to win. You know what? No, I'm taking Titans both ways.
There you go. Titans. I was hoping you would. I am taking Houston to win, but Tennessee to cover.
That's a game that you can easily cover. I don't think that game is. The Texans are not a touchdown favorite. They shouldn't be based on what we've seen.
Carolina is headed to Foxborough to take on the Patriots, trying to make up for the wrong that was the home loss against Pittsburgh in those gorgeous red uniforms. And the Panthers coming off of a 30-0 win against a rather formidable foe against the Falcons. Just kind of had a bad day. Can the Patriots make up for what they did on Sunday? You guys saw my rant. The Patriots are 5.5-point favorites. Take the Patriots to win. I'll take Carolina to cover though.
I'll take Patriots both ways.
I can't give the Patriots too much credit till they prove me something, you know?
I don't blame you.
The Chargers are headed to MetLife to take on the Giants, where the Chargers are 6-point favorites. What say you?
I'll take the Chargers on this one both ways.
I agree. A lot more agreement than usual this week, Gerardo. I don't like it. Philadelphia is headed.
It's either I'm getting smarter or you're getting dumber. Which one it is?
Philadelphia is headed to Tampa to take on the Bucks, where Philly is a 3-point favorite, Gerardo.
Give me Tampa Bay to win an upset.
I was kind of leaning the same way.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to take Philly to win. I just gut to gut.
Oh, I have a big feeling that Baker Mayfield's about to really have a big chip on his shoulder this game.
Or Jordan Davis is gonna fucking eat him. I'll take Philly both ways. Indy headed to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites. Gerardo, is this where they get their first loss?
Really, the Rams are favorited after they finally play a legitimate team. I mean, the Rams were very competitive against the Eagles too. F.
I'm taking the Rams both ways.
Give me a Colts upset. But this has them losing this game written all over it. 100%.
Yeah, this has like them getting their ass kicked 40-20.
That or like 31-20, something like that. But I'm gonna take the Colts. If I put them in my top 5 rankings, I should stand by that.
Listen, I did, and I'm not. The Mac Jones revenge game, but not the one you're thinking of. Jacksonville is headed to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Brock Purdy's still unlikely to play. No more Nick Bosa, but the Niners are still 3-point favorites.
Yeah, give me Niners. Give me Niners to that, and the Jags are not covering that game.
I agree. All right, game of the week. Baltimore headed to Arrowhead to take on Kansas City. Lamar versus Mahomes, Harbaugh versus Reed. We all know the storyline at this point, don't we?
Both 1 and 2 teams.
Baltimore is 2.5-point favorites. Listen, it's hard to pick against Kansas City, but you got it right. You got to take Baltimore right now.
I am taking Baltimore. I am not a fan of this Chiefs team. I'm not. This Chiefs team.
They need to get one of those receivers back before we even consider it.
I mean, even if they did, I'm still taking the Ravens.
I would consider it if they had Worthy and or Rice.
I think the Chiefs team is low key imploding on itself too. I think you saw even when they won against the Giants, it wasn't, bro. The fact that Travis Kelce and Andy Reid are fighting each other against the Giants, this is it's just going to happen later down the line. And also, who on the Chiefs defense is going to stop Derrick Henry?
I don't know. He's fumbled 3 times this year, and it matches his mark for the last 4 years. So, yeah, just throwing that out there to be snarky.
But I'm gonna go with Baltimore. And what are they, a 3-point favorite?
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, Baltimore both ways.
As did I. Chicago headed to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Is Chicago legit, or was just that a pretty good game for them? The Bears are a 1.5 favorites. I think that's bullshit. Raiders both ways.
Oh my god.
They're disrespecting the Raiders right now, man.
Well, the betting line's disrespecting their own hometown team. Now, granted, this also has Raiders written it all over it. The fact that the Raiders would blow a game and make Caleb Williams look like the number 1 overall pick. Rome Odunze, by the way, is a legitimate wide receiver. He's has been the best part about that offense.
Stud.
Something tells me that the Bears are winning this game. And I'm taking them, and they're going to win by more than a point or whatever it is.
Give me the Raiders. Both ways. Obviously. The Packers are headed to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, where historically they've kind of owned them, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Green Bay's probably pissed losing to the Browns. And Dallas is just kind of happy to be here at this point. Green Bay -7. I'm taking Green Bay to win, but I'll take Dallas to cover.
Dallas to cover, Green Bay to win.
Fucking copying me, Gerardo. What the fuck?
If you want to have fun, Jerry Jones gets the last laugh, and they beat the Packers, and Micah loses to them.
That'd be kind of fun.
But no CeeDee Lamb. It's very hard for me to pick them offensively. And their rookie guard is out too. Their rookie guard is going to be out for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think this is a Micah Parsons 2.5 sack game.
The Jets are headed to Miami to take.
Oh my god! Isn't this the primetime game?
It's the first of 2 Monday Night Football games. The Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites.
Was this going to be aired on Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon
Who are they playing? Oh my god, it's what, Dolphins and Jets. Give me Jets.
in Miami.
Give me Jets.
Give you Jets, huh?
I mean, they look competitive. They look competitive against the Steelers, and they look competitive against the Bucks. Miami has yet to look competitive in
Oh,
any game.
they look competitive against New England.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think that team is. I'm more the Jets because their vibes in their locker room is a whole lot more positive than the Miami Dolphins. And if the Dolphins are losing to the Jets, I fully expect that team to blow up on the sideline.
You convince me. You convince me. Jets
like
both
if
play.
yeah, like because if the Jets win, like if the Jets are down, what are they going to say, bro? This is my first, this is my first head coaching job. Like, and is Justin Fields is still week to week?
Yeah, he was in concussion protocol. I don't know what the vibe is right now. It is only Tuesday.
So, like, I'm taking Jets.
Yeah, nothing official on Justin Fields right now. But they did say if Fields is healthy, he's going to play.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
There's no question about that. Unlike the Giants, who may have a QB controversy coming. The Bengals are headed to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Broncos are 7-point favorites. I'll lead. I'm taking Denver to win, Cincy to cover. Denver's not winning convincingly.
They have not. They've kind of made a lot of people's preseason Super Bowl picks not look good.
Everybody's sleeper pick.
Yep. And I mean, granted that bullshit call that they should have won against the Colts, but I'll take Broncos and then I'll take Bengals to cover.
Copied me again.
Yeah, I don't think Jake Browning's gonna. I think you get that first bad game out the way. Like it's just an avalanche game. You look bad offensively, they look good offensively and defensively. It is what it is.
I'm gonna make this game because we need the points for it. I'm going 34-28. It's a 6-point game. So 34 plus 28. That's 62.
24-20.
44. You think the Bengals have a defense that can only hold up? They can only give up 24?
Well, I just think the Broncos offensively hasn't wowed me like that.
Oh, this is their tune-up game.
Probably, but they'll go 2-2 after this.
All right. What's your lock?
Let's see. Get me whoever the Saints play.
That was the Bills.
The Bills. Yeah. So give me the Bills.
Minus 1650. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So give
Money
me
line.
Bills.
So I'll pick the spread.
Yeah. Give me Bills. Give me 49ers against the Jags.
49ers, where are you? Okay.
Give me Pack versus Dallas.
Okay.
Who are the Browns playing?
Was that Detroit?
Yeah. Give me Detroit over the Browns. And one fun one, if you want to really, those are my locks. But if you want to have a really fun parlay, throw Tennessee over Houston on that one too, just to see how much money I'd make.
Tennessee. I'm blind. So a 5-pick parlay for plus 24.66. Bet 100, you're winning 2,500.
Hell yeah!
Without the Titans, your win is 1,300.
Really?
That's all against the spread. You're not taking the money line.
Oh, I was gonna say,
because if you took the Bills money line, like it's gonna tank it because it's minus 1060, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think Bills, Niners, Green Bay, Detroit, Tennessee.
There you go. Hit that parlay, friends.
Listen,
Gerardo's parlay.
Listen, I love blowing $100 every weekend on Prize Picks. I really do. And this past one, if we're gonna wrap up the show, I'll tell you what my picks were. And I got it really upset because I was really close on some.
You should do that every week. Just post a graphic of your parlay. See
Here
if
was
people follow
one.
you.
This was a live bet that I missed out on by 2 picks. I took Jonathan Taylor to have over 0.0 reception on a demon. He got 3. Michael Pittman to get over 2.5 receptions on a demon. He got 6. Xavier Hutchinson to get at least over 2.5 receptions. He got 3. Matt Collins to get over 2.5 receptions. He got 4. Parker Washington, who went into the half with 3 receptions. I had him at over 4.5. He had 3 receptions at the end of the game. Cade Auden, or whatever, the tight end for the Bucks. That Baker loves, right? 1.5 receptions, 0 for the game.
Yikes.
That was a $5 put in for 125 payout. Did not happen. Then I obviously power played it, so if all 5 hit, I would have gotten $1,600 out of it for $5. This one was fun. This was also a live bet. This was $10 for $3,800. Tyler Lockett to get over 2.5 receptions. He got 4. Xavier Hutchinson to get over 1.5. He got 3. Matt Collins to get over 3. He got 4. And the ones that let me down was Parker Washington, Cade Auden again, and then Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave was a 0.5 to get 1 catch. To get 1 catch in that game. Couldn't do it. I had other crazy ones, but those were the I had a kicking one and 2 players let me down. Your kicker, Andy, what's his name? Yep. 1.5 field goals to make and did not get it. And the other one was Graham Gano. Graham Gano let me down. He did 1. I needed him to do 2.
Yeah, if you had consulted me, I would have told you to stay the fuck away from Patriots kicking.
Yeah. Another one was this one really hurt. I love doing the quarterback passing yards. By the way, every time I pick Drake May on passing, he's always hit. I love Drake May on Prize Picks. 224 yards, he did 268. Sam Darnold to do over 215, he did 218. Mac Jones to do 219, he did 284. Patrick Mahomes to do over 0.5. Obviously, that was a free one. And Michael Penix got benched in the 4th quarter, and he had 172, and I needed him to do 214. Carson Wentz won. I had him to go over 206. He did 173. That was a $5 pick to win $125. A little bit upset.
Are you going through the same thing I'm going through with your fantasy team getting ravaged by James Conner and CeeDee Lamb injuries?
No, so
because I sure as shit am.
I finally got a win on my family fantasy football week. My lineup was Josh Allen's, Nico Collins, DK Metcalf, Cook, Kenneth Walker, Zach Ertz, Rome, Chris Boswell, and Atlanta defense. Most notably, for anybody who's interested on this, I am going to be trading away Josh Allen because I have
Sounds like somebody wants to lose.
Because I have Justin Herbert on my bench and Jared Goff, so I'm okay with. But you know what I'm trading them away for? Tyreek Hill and Bijan Robinson. So I'm literally like going to be stacked.
I don't know, man.
I'm trading him away. It's going to be him. Is it him? I have the full right here real quick. Come on, open it up. Tyreek Hill, BJ Robinson, and Laporta from Detroit for Josh Allen, Etienne, and who is my other wide receiver? It isn't Rome. Metcalf. Now, the reason why, because I love emotional trades, because he had Joe Burrow as his quarterback and he has no quarterback. And I said, you won't win a game.
I think you could have got him for Herbert.
No, he wouldn't have done that because that was the first one that I did. And he wanted Herbert, Rome, and than Cook, and I
No,
wasn't gonna.
I wouldn't.
was
I don't know. I don't know that I would have done either. But
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'll give you. If I'd say I will take Cook off if you take Josh Allen.
I lost both my redraft leagues, so what the fuck do I know?
But yeah, that's gonna be an insane trade because like I think Josh Allen's probably gonna be the best quarterback, but I think also if your quarterback does at least 15 points per game, you're gonna be solid. You should win. Your running backs is the most points, and you're telling me I have Cook and Bijan Robinson on my team. I should
Not
be
last week. Not last week. You wouldn't have done well.
Yeah, because Cook didn't perform that well.
Bijan
Or
sucked against Carolina.
in our league, he did 21 points.
Yeah, 30 nothing loss.
Wait, what was it? No, in this week, I think he did. What did he do? My bad. I thought you were talking about the week before. Let me see. In our fantasy, he did 16 points. It's not bad.
That's impressive for a blowout.
Yeah, he did
72 yards plus 39. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, that's over 100 yards in total offense. So yeah, he just had no touchdowns, which is insane. Because if he had a touchdown, that means he would have been like in the fucking damn near 30s. The craziest one though, it's one of my cousins won 126 to 88, and he had two players on his bench that did over 30 points.
Hate that.
Minnesota's defense and Caleb Williams both did over 30 points.
Even a defense on your bench is crazy. I'm sorry.
I mean, he also is the person who drafted Amon St. Brown second overall.
That'll do it.
But granted, I hate to say this, but like Jamar Chase, number one overall, is not paid out to people so far. And it's not looking like
you just gave me a little PTSD about why I lost this week.
Yep. And then Amon St. Brown, it's not a bad you can argue that he could have gone number one based on these fantasy points. First week was 8.5, second week 39 points, second week 20.
Yeah, he's probably marked his way up there.
Yeah, I mean he was a first round pick anyway, especially like on receptions he gets a lot. But that's fantasy talk. Don't take any of my advice. I barely just won a game. I'm a really good drafter. I'm a really bad lineup setter. That's my MO.
It seems like I'm the other way around.
Like you're really gonna you can make the most of what you're given, but you can't draft worth the shit.
Apparently, yeah. But alrighty, friends. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Have some videos coming up for you this week if you can digest the smaller segments and return of the college football segment.
Yep, lot to talk about. In college football. Got a lot of things that we can react to. Especially the fact that Arch Manning likes to flex on future Allstate Insurance Agents of America,
and still sucks.
The narrative's insane.
Yeah, it'll be plenty of fun. So we'll see you all then. Thanks for watching.
Adios, amigos.
I'll do it.